Today's lesson is about central tendency of one variable data. For one variable data analysis, there are three parts. We can use a chart and a graphic display, including frequency table, cumulative frequency graph, bar graph, histogram, pie graph, stem and leaf plot. Second part of one variable data analysis will be central tendency, including mean, median, mode. The third part, dispersion. It shows how the data spread, including box plot, outliers, range, interquartile range, variance, standard deviation, skewness. For today's lesson, we will focus on the central tendency, mean, median, mode for discrete data and continuous data. There are different types of data. The data that you collect directly. Sources of this type of data include the following: experiments, survey or questionnaire, and observation instruments. We call this kind of data primary data. The data that have been collected by someone else and are available to the researchers. For example, the internet, printed materials such as books, newspapers, magazines, and historical documents. We call this kind of data secondary data. We also have this kind of data. The information that is fit into some categories such as male, female, developed countries, developing countries. We call this kind of data categorical data. The information that is recorded numerically is called quantitative data. For the quantitative data, if the data can only take on certain individual values, such as the shoe size, number of pages, number of people, and so on, it's called discrete data. If the data can take on any value in a certain range, such as temperature, length of a film, the data is called continuous data. For this lesson, we will work on central tendency of discrete data and continuous data. Measures of center for discrete data. Mean means average. Add all the data divided by number of data points. Median is a middle number. We will put data in order from least to the greatest. Find the middle number by doing n plus 1 over 2. N is the number of a data set. If n plus 1 over 2 is a decimal answer, such as 7.5 or 8.5, which means there are two data as middle numbers. Add them, divided by 2 will be the median. Mode means most, appear most, can be none or more than 1. For continuous data, when you measure the central tendency, we call that model group instead of mode. The mean of continuous data is calculated like this. First of all, you need to find the mid-interval value, the sum of the upper and lower limits divided by 2. For example, if I have x greater than 100, less than or equal to 200, 100 plus 200, then you divide it by 2. You will get 150 is the mid-interval value. The product of the mid-interval value and the frequencies of the corresponding groups divided by the total number of groups will be the mean for continuous data. Let's go to exam 1. The table shows the number of children in 50 families. Find the mean, median, mode. This is a discrete data. We will go to stat, edit, enter. So put the data in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. L2, we will put the 4, 20, 16, 6, 3, 1. Then press stat again. Go to calculate. One variable stats. Enter. List is L1. Frequency list is L2. Second 2 is L2. Enter, enter. You will get X bar is the mean, 2.74. Then you keep going down to find the median. Median is 3. So calculator give you the mean and then the median. Therefore, for mean is 2.74. For median is 3. Mode means appear most. Here is 20. So mode is 2. Let's go to example 2. The number of total points scored in a season by players in a 25-player college basketball squad were recorded in the table below. A. Find Q and the model group. We saw the variable Q here. According to the given information, altogether there are 25 players. So we add the given number of players first. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 14, 16, 17, 18. So we use 25 minus 18 equals 7. Q equals 7. Model group means mode, appear most. The group will be X greater than equal to 200, less than 300 is the model group. B. Find the mid-interval value for each group. For the mid-interval value, we will use upper and lower limits. Add the lower and upper limits together, then divided by 2. So we have 0 plus 100 divided by 2 will be 50. 100 plus 200 divided by 2 will be 150. Keep going, we will get the 250, 350, 450, 550, 650, 750. C. Find the mean. We will go to calculator, stat, edit. For L1, we will put a mid-interval value. For L2, we will put the number of players. Then go back to stat. Calculate one variable stats. Frequency list will be L2. Then enter. We get the mean is 346.